Good to see you again so soon, Mr. Wick.
I need you to do this task.
I'm not that guy anymore.
You are always that guy, John.
I can't help you.
You know the rules. If you don't do this, you know the consequences.
How's it going, everybody? Today I'm reviewing John Wick Chapter 2, the sequel to one of the best films, action films, I should say, actually, of 2014. And I was really excited about this one because I heard some good buzz from it, and also I love John Wick. It was crazy. I know it's not for everyone because, spoiler alert, if you don't want anything about the first John Wick, it's in the trailers. The dog unfortunately passes away in that one. So I know a lot of people couldn't watch it, but I was excited for this sequel to see how they up the action. I know they lost one of the directors, but yet still one of the directors coming back, and we'll see how they did. Now, when you go into John Wick, you're not expecting the most amazing plot in the world. I mean, you want a solid plot, but you don't expect like to be the big twists and turns here and there. And it doesn't. That's not the strength of this movie. The strength of it is the action scenes. And my gosh, like this. The action scenes in this movie probably are better than the first one in some ways. I feel like they crescendo a little bit more. I feel like in the first one, the one in the club was probably the highlight action sequence, and then the finale is good, but it's nowhere near rivals, I think, that scene in the club in the first one. Where in this one, I feel like they up the ante each and every time with each action scene. You start right off with an action set piece, and that alone was exciting. Also, I'm not going to give away too much of the plot of why he gets dragged back into the whole scenario because it's not really revealed in the trailer, so I'm not going to really reveal that. But all you know is John Wick is back kicking ass. And one of the other highlights of this movie is the way they expand upon the lore and the history of the hotel, the Continental, and some of the rules, and you know, in the first movie they can't kill each other on the ground. There's that along with some other things, and it expands that mythology a little bit more. And if they do a third one, I'm excited to learn even more about it because I think it would be great just to see this guild of assassins, just how they interact and how, like, again, you can't kill each other on Continental grounds and all these types of rules. It's just fascinating. But again, the highlight of it is the action scenes and some of the kills in these things, like the headshots galore. It's crazy. It's weird to say that the action scenes are almost like beautiful to watch. It's a weird thing to say, but it reminds me a little bit of the Kingsman, how the action's done in there, but to a less stylized extent. But it seems super realistic. Like, you watch them, he's got a shotgun and he shoots a couple bullets and needs to reload. So mid-fight, he's got to reload his shotgun, and it seems very realistic. And also, you don't have to worry about any shaky cam. That's one of the benefits. You have no shaky cam. I love the Bourne franchise, but you don't need to worry about that. Sometimes people get disoriented watching the Bourne things because it's quick cuts and lots of shaky cam. This thing, you got John Wick, you got Keanu Reeves, full frame, doing most of his stunts. It's amazing to watch. My one real negative, though, is just that the story and the motivation for John Wick to come back, it's good, but it's nowhere near the impact that the first one has. So it takes a little bit to get going as well. Once you have the initial opening action sequence, and then it takes a little bit. It takes its time to set up the plot and everything and what's going on, which is fun to see, but it did take a little bit to get there. And again, you're not as hooked into it. You're not like, kill these people because it's like a revenge plot. It's just something slightly different. So that's kind of a negative. But like I said, you're going into this thing. I'm not going to judge this on the merits of, like, this is going to win an Oscar. I'm going to judge this on what I want to see in John Wick. And that's crazy, amazing action sequences. And that's what I got. There's also a couple parts where I kind of took me out of the film a little bit because there's a sequence that takes place kind of in the public, and I just would have wanted more of a reaction from people around you. If you see people fighting, I feel like you're going to react in a certain way, like you're going to be either terrified or running, or for that matter, pulling out your phone to videotape it. And just there, you'll know what I'm talking about if you see the movie. There's the one scene, I was like, these people are like not reacting whatsoever. This is weird. It just took me out of it for a little bit, but again, I love this movie. The action scenes were amazing, and like some of these kills, like what John Wick can do with a pencil is amazing. So with all that said, I give John Wick a movie rating of an 8 out of 10. Again, the plot isn't amazing. It isn't, but some of the action scenes are great, and I think for the type of movie John Wick is, that's why I'm going to go one above that. I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10 for my enjoyment rating, because I could watch these action sequences time and time again and just be like, just in shock and awe of how amazing this thing is filmed, and the stunts, and how Keanu Reeves dedicates he deserves as much credit as like Tom Cruise does for some of the stuff he does, because he's doing pretty much all these action sequences by himself, and it's awesome. That's it. Let me know if you're looking forward to John Wick Chapter 2 in the comment section below. Let me know what you thought of the first one as well, if you're maybe on the fence about it. Again, be sure to like this video and subscribe and chat for more videos each and every week. Currently my favorite movie of 2017, because it is the first movie I've seen that's official 2017 release. Hopefully going to be seeing the Lego movie shortly though. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will talk to y'all later.